So I have an aunt who's a Sister of Mercy, and I grew up with sisters in my life. But it was kind of funny. It wasn't until I went to college that I started seriously thinking about it. I went to Immaculata now University outside of Philadelphia, and there were 48 of my sisters on the campus. Some of them lived in the dorms with us. We had them for professors, and they were just really amazing women. Prior to my time at Immaculata, I thought of my aunt as my aunt, not so much as a sister. But any thoughts I had of religious were that they were a little weird or a little antisocial. And being at Immaculata really blew that stereotype wide open for me. And I was just so attracted to their joy. And they were doing the kind of work I wanted to do. And it was neat. It all just kind of fell together. I think I first thought of religious life in 5th grade, but I should have figured it out sooner. It wasn't until my freshman year of college, and I actually made the decision to enter when I went home from college after my first year. I was thinking very strongly about it, but I knew I needed to get away from the sisters in order to make a good decision. So I decided when I was 19, and then after my sophomore year of college, I went down to Peru, and I lived with our sisters on mission for the summer, and I knew I had to do this. Just loved it. So I came back and I applied at the beginning of my junior year, and I entered the beginning of my senior year of college. And that really, it worked out very well for me. And then we do a year of postulate, so a year of living with the sisters, praying with the sisters, but you're not actually a sister yet.
I heard about Glen Mary back in '62, and actually probably '63. I was working after high school. I laid floor tile, commercial painting, but I was very uncomfortable and dissatisfied as to who I was and where I was going in life. And my sister, I have a twin sister, Jane. This is back in Cascade, Iowa. And Jane says, well, why don't you speak to Father Herod? He's the vocational director in the Archdiocese of Dubuque. So I made an appointment and saw him and shared with what my vision was for ministry, which is pretty generic. I eliminated the monastery and the priesthood. After that, I wasn't too sure what was out there. But he came up with an alternative. I mentioned a brotherhood. My mother, when I shared with her prior to this meeting, she was real concerned about going overseas, not coming back for 7, 8 years. And I shared that with Father Herod, and he says, well, how about the home missions in America? And I said, okay. And it's only afterwards I found out that Father Bill Tegler, a vocational director for Glen Mary, was from Manchester, Iowa, and a classmate of Father Herod. And so he was funneling alternative people such as myself to Glen Mary for brotherhood.
No, I was an altar boy, and I wanted to be a priest. And a Passionist came through our church. I was in the 6th grade. And he said, we have a day of recollection for grammar school boys who think when they grow up they might want to be priests. And I was, I guess, 11 years old, and I went up to the Passionist monastery, and I spent a morning there listening to this priest preach, and there were a bunch of altar servers. And we had lunch with the priests, and then you're invited back, and then I went to the minor seminary in 1958. I was 12 when I was accepted. I was a year ahead of myself in grammar school. And then I went to the novitiate when I was 19, and I professed my vows when I was 20 as a Passionist. So I'll be 49 years a Passionist August 15th this year.
Actually, I say that I have been a member of my community since 1st grade. The sisters in my community taught me for 12 years, and a sister for every grade. So I feel like I've been a member of the community since 1st grade.